welcome to One-to-One Mining Event Hong Kong. I'm here with Ben Dunn from Intra Energy Corp. Ben, how are you doing today?
Really well, Sarah. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Great conference so far.
Thank goodness. You're not bogged down by the typhoon?
No, luckily I got in on Saturday before it all started to blow up, literally. So
That's
it's
good.
here.
That's
It's
good.
great.
We're happy that you missed all of the craziness.
Yes.
So just to start, could you give us a brief overview of all of your projects or whatever it is you'd like to focus on for today?
So we like to think that Intra Energy, or IEC as we affectionately call it at home, is probably the best unknown exploration story on the Australian Stock Exchange. And we have two projects. We started life as, dare I say it, as a coal producer in Tanzania. We decided that we didn't want to be doing that anymore. I joined the board 2.5 years ago with the mandate to change the company, and we wanted to get into sort of battery and critical minerals, metals, commodities.
Big trend, yeah.
Yeah, and so I mean, I think that it was clearly the right thing to do from an environmental and social responsibility standpoint, and also clearly it's where the market is going, and we'd be foolish not to want to participate in that. So we have two projects. We have Yalgarra in Western Australia, and we have a project known as Llama in Quebec, in the James Bay region, an area that's sort of becoming the fast, hard rock lithium exploration.
Big hub.
Yeah, it's a big hub. There's a lot happening there. We picked that up in July. Unfortunately, there was a series of wildfires over in Quebec, and exploration was delayed, but we've been on the ground and we've had some early stage success there, and we're now just looking to go to the second phase. I think that winter, unfortunately, will slow us down again for the next 3 or 4 months, but after Christmas we'll pick up the pace at Llama and be looking to push that forward. Yalgarra, Western Australia, well, we don't have a problem with winter there, do we?
No,
so in fact,
not.
we probably have the opposite problem with it being too hot at times, but we're really excited about what's happening at Yalgarra. And we acquired that license 2 years ago on the basis that we were looking for copper and nickel and sort of critical minerals. We're doing that. We think that we've got a really outstanding copper nickel target there, but kind of accidentally, I'd like to say that we've also found some lithium, and we made an announcement to the market this morning about that, and we're advancing that as well. So we think that we've got two really exciting projects. I know that everybody says that, and everybody loves their children. Your mining projects are like your children, but we've got two very exciting projects that we're working very hard for our shareholders to advance at a rapid rate now.
Well, that's awesome. And I mean, you work in two of the biggest jurisdictions for mining, and some would argue the best jurisdictions. So obviously you did just mention you have really frequent recent news between both Llama and Yalgarra.
Yes.
Is there one that you'd like to focus on for today?
Well, if I can hit them both really quickly.
Yeah.
So we announced late last week in terms of Llama, the Quebec, James Bay region exploration, that our geologists had been on the ground there. They'd done about 12 days. They'd mapped, really this was the first phase, so it was a mapping exercise. They identified about 80 pegmatites. Now I have to give a cautionary note and say pegmatite doesn't equal lithium, but you can't find lithium without a pegmatite. So at least we're off to a start there. We've taken about 85 rock chip samples, or they have, and they've been sent off to the labs for analysis, and we believe that we'll have those results back at the end of October, early November. So we're excited about that. Fingers crossed that starts to show lithium. We announced this morning in terms of Western Australia, we'd completed some hyperspectral analysis, which is really high resolution satellite imagery digging into it. We've got two targets that we're very confident about in the northeast of our northern block. We believe that there's lithium, and we've identified a series of pegmatitic dikes, which is again a good sign, and our geologist Todd Hibbert will be out on the land next week literally poking into those. And then in the west of the northern block, we've got potentially a disseminated sulfide copper nickel platinum group element resource. I'm particularly excited about that. I don't think we've got enough copper in the world, and we'd be really hopeful that this is what we set out to do 2 years ago. Now we're actually starting to get some momentum into the company, into our exploration program, and we're really working hard to be drilling on Yalgarra by Christmas this year. So that's the plan.
That's exciting. Yes. So
Lots
of fun upcoming things, at least for Yalgarra. I know you
Yeah.
mentioned you have a couple of
Well,
speed bumps.
well, there's some,
for-
there's some. No, I mean, there's still some things to come in Canada. We might not be on the ground, but we're going to run LiDAR, and we're also going to do a hyperspectral analysis of that. And then with the rock chip results coming back in November, you know, November's nearly Christmas anyway, isn't it? If we're being honest,
It's like pre-Christmas.
It's pre-Christmas. I mean, pre-Christmas drinks start in November. But if, you know, by the time we get the rock chip results, we get the LiDAR results and the hyperspectral analysis, that will give us some targets to dig into in sort of March, April next year in Canada. So, and in the meantime, I think Yalgarra will carry us forward. We're working hard to be drilling there by Christmas on at least one of the targets, if not 2 or 3. So I think that shareholders can look forward to a constant stream of, fingers crossed, good news.
That sounds really exciting. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me today. And thank you for tuning in with us here at 1-to-1 Mining Hong Kong.
Thank you very much.